Dolphins fans, welcome in to the Dolphins Today Mailbag. I am Will Scott, and we are answering these questions right after Josh Boyer got fired. A lot of questions we're about to have, probably going to be about his possible replacement. Sherry May asked this: when do you expect the defensive coordinator hire to occur? That's a great question. You know, they're going to take their time. They're going to look at possible candidates, but I feel like Vic Fangio is going to be the guy they want. And if they want him, they should make that happen very quickly because he has interviewed with some other jobs. The Falcons interviewed him just yesterday, I believe. So if they have a clear front runner, this could be a situation where they close on him by the end of the weekend. Or, they'll probably take, maybe next week to look at some possible candidates. I would say the latest end of next week, earliest could be this weekend, Sherry. Trey Crump couldn't have made a better choice. Trey, you're right. This was the right decision, and Mike McDaniel, he's a great guy. He's a great coach, very tight-knit with his coaching staff, and I'm sure this was a difficult decision, and I'm sure that he weighed all of the injuries that happened on this football team while making that decision. But the injuries were not a good enough excuse for the way this defense performed, specifically on third down this year. So this was the right decision to move on from Josh Boyer. AJ Sweet, $10 super chat. What's up? What are some other options at running back if we don't land Josh Jacobs? Do we look to the draft first? That's a great question. I mean, obviously, Saquon Barkley is available. I think he's going back to New York. Tony Pollard, I would really like Pollard. I think he would fit really well into this offense. So he's a front runner if they don't land Jacobs. The draft has some great options as well. I really like Deuce Vaughn from Kansas State. Could be a day 2, day 3 guy. And then Sean Tucker from Syracuse, he's expected to be a second-round pick. I really like him as well. Thanks for the super chat and the question, AJ. Bob Gregory, what's up? Bob asks, who is a corner that we can go after in free agency? I really like John Jones, man, from New England. I'm all in on John Jones. Did not like having to face him twice this season. He had a fantastic season for New England. Here's what he did: 69 tackles, 11 pass breakups, 4 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles. He is one of the best corners available in free agency, and man, it would be sweet to steal him from New England. The Dolphins do need to strengthen that position this offseason. I don't expect Byron Jones to be back. I like Kader Kohu as maybe a CB3 type of guy, but bring in John Jones to pair him with Xavier Howard. Do you want to sign Jonathan Jones? Type S for sign or type P for pass down in the comment section. Go down, let me know. S for sign, P for pass. Before we get into more questions, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, Rocket Money. Don't waste money. Use Rocket Money. And Rocket Money is helping you cancel unnecessary subscriptions. It's why I love using the app formerly known as Truebill. Did you know that 80% of people have subscriptions they forget about? Maybe for you, it's an unused Amazon Prime account or a Hulu account that never gets streamed. There's this great app that I use that helps me track all my expenses, and because of it, I no longer waste money on subscriptions I don't even use. You might have heard of it. It's called Rocket Money. The app shows all your subscriptions in one place and then cancels for you whatever you don't still want. You may even find out you've been double charged for a subscription. To cancel one, all you got to do is press cancel. They will take care of the rest. Get rid of useless subscriptions now. Go to rocketmoney.com/DolphinsChat. It could save you hundreds of dollars per year. And it's also going to track your expenses. It's going to tell you how much money you're spending monthly on food, on groceries, on gas, on Dolphins gear. rocketmoney.com/DolphinsChat. It's going to save you a lot of money and get your spending back on the right track. Number one, Willie Fins fan. This is not my burner, I promise. I changed my name. I was Mr. Cat. What's up, Mr. Cat? Who's going to be the defensive coordinator? Well, thanks for the question, Mr. Cat, and a.k.a. number one Willie Fins fan. I think it's going to be Fangio. I really do, and I'd be really excited about that. And look, Fangio, assuming Sean Payton goes to Denver, that's not an option for Fangio. He's going to have some really good options And I think the best one is in Miami. There's a lot of talent on that defense. This is a team that could very well be a Super Bowl contender next season. The Falcons, who we just interviewed with yesterday, are not going to be a Super Bowl contender. He should go to Miami. I think it's going to be Fangio. Another name to watch, though, is Chris Richard, the defensive backs coach with the New Orleans Saints. Justin, what's up? $5 Super Chat. We appreciate it. Again, Super Chat to skip the line, guys. Besides Josh Boyer, what are our defensive struggles? It cannot be just him. Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, that's why McDaniel probably took as long as he did, Justin, to make this decision, because of the injuries, right? The injuries were a massive issue this year. You had Trey Williams get hurt before the year. Byron Jones didn't play. You lost Nick Needham, Emmanuel Ogbah. The list goes on and on. Trey Flowers as well. So the injuries were a problem defensively this year. If you're talking about where the defense has to improve this offseason, I believe it is the cornerback position. Now, you also have 5 linebackers that are free agents, so I don't know who they're going to bring back. I would like to bring a Landon Roberts back, who just led the team in tackles. But those are some of the needs, Justin. Courtney Mallory, $2 Super Chat. We appreciate you. Who will be the first guy to get cut or re-signed? That's a great question. So a lot of people would probably say Byron Jones, but Jones, you'd save a lot of money cutting him after June 1st, so they might wait until then. Re-signed, I could definitely see a Landon Roberts being someone they re-sign pretty quickly in free agency. When you're talking about just let go in general, I mean, I don't really think they're going to make much of a play at Mike Gesicki in free agency, but re-sign probably Landon Roberts. I hope so, at least. He was a good player this year. Martin Mann, do you think if Tua gets hurt next year, Miami would move on? It depends how much time he misses. I mean, he missed, 5 games this year, including the playoff game? If he misses that same amount of time next year and the Dolphins miss the playoffs, and it's a very tough schedule for the Dolphins if you have not seen their schedule. So, yeah, I think they probably would, Martin Mann. But hopefully Tua gets healthy. You know, we've talked about maybe him changing his helmet. Hopefully he figures that situation out. But I do think that they should run it back with Tua next year, and Chris Kerr's already said that. So if he does have injury issues again next year, then, yeah, they'll probably look to move on. Don William, what's up? Will, I know you're a Q's guy. Yes, sir. Thoughts on drafting Sean Tucker? What round could he go in? So, yeah, someone just asked me that earlier about drafting a running back. Syracuse running back Sean Tucker is projected to be a second-round pick. The Dolphins' first pick comes in the second round. The 51st overall selection, I believe, is where they're spotted to be. And Sean Tucker's probably going to go around there, and I think he would be a tremendous fit in this Dolphins offense. Taking a look at what he did at Syracuse in 3 seasons, he left early to declare for the draft, over 3,000 yards. Average 5.4 yards per carry, 27 touchdowns, and he also is a threat in the passing game. Now, who is your favorite running back in the NFL draft? Go down in the comments section. Let me know who is your favorite running back in the NFL draft. Rocky TV, $2 Super Chat. We appreciate you. Bring back Mike Gesicki. Go for Schultz. Anyone else? I'd be surprised, very surprised, Rocky TV, if Gesicki came back. Dalton Schultz is very high up on my free agent big board. I might get you guys a video about that later on, but Dalton Schultz has to be one of the top targets. Anyone else? It's your lucky day, Rocky TV. Later on today's live show, we're going to get a Gesicki replacements video. Other options? I mean, it depends if you want to go draft or go free agency. I know Austin Hooper is a guy to look for. Jordan Akins from Houston, some other guys to look for in free agency. Vibey V, if we don't get Jacobs, do we look for Deuce Vaughn? Yeah, I mean, Denithius is in the chat. What's up? Yeah, I think Deuce Vaughn is a draft target, should be a 4th or 5th round pick, and if that's the case, he should be a steal. I really like Deuce Vaughn, and I think they could maybe sign Jacobs and draft a running back. I mean, both Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson are free agents, so. Brandon Cottrell, Irv Smith Jr. as a Gesicki replacement. Interesting. Old to a teammate. Spoiler alert, I don't think he's on my Gesicki replacements list. But, yeah, he is a potential Gesicki replacement, one of the top probably 6 or 7 tight ends available in free agency. There's also some internal candidates, though, Brandon, for a Gesicki replacement. Maybe they'll want to get Tanner Kuhn or Hunter Longmore involved. Durham Smythe is a pretty solid option. We'll see what they do. Kaplan Jones says, what is our biggest offseason need? I would say either running back or offensive line. I think you really got to get a playmaker back there in the backfield to help Tua out. But the offensive line has also got to be improved. I mean, take a look at all of the injuries for the Dolphins quarterbacks this year, not just Tua. So the offensive line, specifically the right tackle position, I think you got to go ahead and sign a right tackle. Brandon Shell did a serviceable job in that spot. I would love to keep him on as a backup swing tackle. What is the biggest offseason need for the Dolphins? Go down in the comment section. Let me know. What is the biggest offseason need for Miami? Caden Weinberg, my cousin. What's up, Caden? He's a Cowboys fan. He's like, what do you think of the Cowboys kicker? Yeah, man, Brett Maher got the yips. No question about that. Apparently had a pretty good practice yesterday, so they're going to stick with him. Caden, my boy Cole Murphy, was the best kicker in the USFL last year. He played at Syracuse. He's a friend of mine, and he worked out for the Cowboys a few months back. They didn't sign him. They signed Maher instead, so I don't think Cole would have missed 4 extra points in one game. I'm just saying. Rohan9 says, what do you feel about Alvin Kamara? Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the Saints do this year, not just with Kamara, but with Michael Thomas, with Jameis. They might just blow it up over there and sell and go full sell mode and trade Kamara and MT. We'll see what they do. If it takes a first or second round pick to get Alvin, I don't think I would do it. I want to hold on to that second round pick we have. Be sure to go down, subscribe to the channel. We're going to have you covered throughout the entire Dolphins offseason on all Dolphins news and rumors. For agent content, draft content, subscribe, and stay ready when the Dolphins make a move.